Welcome back to Von Blues Boxing, man. What's going on, everybody? So, June 19th, we have a very busy boxing weekend. I mean, it's pretty good for boxing fans, pretty damn good Saturday coming up. Pretty good fights. Yeah. So, I want to give my predictions for the Jermall Charlo versus Juan Montiel WBC middleweight championship fight. Also on the card, not bad. I mean, the main event, main event, yeah. But the card, pretty damn good. We got Isaac Cruz fighting Francisco Vargas, and we also got another fight that I think is being slept on. The return of Angelo Leo versus Aaron Almeida, I think is being slept on a little bit. I think it is. Think it's being slept on a little bit. Another good fight, interesting fight too. So I want to give my predictions for all these fights. So we got Isaac Cruz, Pitbull Cruz. Isaac Pit Cruz knows one way and one way. Come forward and go after it. He loves to let his hands go. He likes to get in the inside and bang to the body, come up top, and put pressure on his opponents, and that's just what he do. Isaac Cruz, you know what Isaac Cruz is coming to do. He gonna put the pressure on you, and he gonna try to get you out of there, and that's just his style. That's just what Isaac do. Isaac likes to put the pressure, attack his opponent's body, head, body, head, and just try to get you the hell out of there. And he's currently, I think he's ranked. Where is he ranked? I think he's second in the IBF rankings, or first. I know he's number one or number two in IBF lightweight rankings. So he's taking on Francisco Vargas, and I guess this is at 135. Now, Francisco Vargas, pretty good fighter, WBC champion. He was a champion for 2 years. He fought Miguel Burchett in a fight that some people picked Francisco Vargas to win. Burchett went out in there and stopped him. And he had a fight afterwards, but he has not fought in almost 2 years. And he's 36 years old. Really good fighter, but he has not been active in a while. You know what I'm saying? And, he's 36 years old, and he's fighting this dude who likes to come forward and put a ton of pressure on you. And in this fight, I just don't think that Francisco Vargas is going to be able to keep Isaac Cruz off of him enough. I just don't think he is in this fight. And I just think Isaac Cruz is going to get the stoppage in this fight. Honestly, I just think Francisco's a smart fighter. He can, earlier on he might be able to, but I think the pressure is just going to get to him. The long layoff and just, age does catch you sometimes. Eventually Father Time catches you in any sport, so I'm going with Isaac Cruz in this fight. I think Isaac Cruz will get Francisco Vargas out there in the 7th round. I think it'll be a knockout in the 7th round, knockout win for Isaac Cruz. Hopefully after that, Isaac Cruz can take on take that step. Because, after this fight, it's time to take on that next level, a top 10, 135 pounder. Maybe he can find a fight. Maybe one of those guys to get in the ring with him in the top 10 and 135 pounds. So we also got the return of Angelo Leo. Angelo Leo is a former WB champion. I believe he was he 122-pound champion? Yeah, former WBO 122-pound champion. He lost his title to Steve Fulton pretty convincingly. Steve Fulton put on a pretty good performance against Angelo Leo. Lost his title, but nothing to hold your head up. Steve Fulton is one of the best 122-pounders in the world. He's one of the best boxers at 122 pounds in the world. Probably one of my favorite divisions in boxing is the 122 pounds. Very competitive, a ton of talent in that division. So yeah, and he's fighting Aaron Almeida now. Aaron Almeida gave Luis Nery some problems. Almeida boxed him, used his range, and gave Nery some problems. Nery ended up getting a win, but it was very close. It was a very close fight. And in this fight, I wonder, can Aaron Almeida pull up the upset in this fight? Because Angelo Leo is a good fighter, and he has good boxing skills, but is he going to get frustrated if Aaron Almeida is just keeping him at the end of his range. You know what I'm saying? Catching him with punches when he comes in. If he's not able to put the pressure on Angelo Leo. You know what I'm saying? If he's not able to do that. So I'm going with the upset. Aaron Almeida. Split decision. You heard it first from Von Blues Boxing. I'm going with the split decision for Aaron Almeida. I think Aaron Almeida is smart enough and intelligent enough to get this win. I know it's not going to be easy because Angelo Leo is going to try to put the pressure on him and keep that fight at close range and in close quarters. But I think Almeida is smart enough and crafty enough to pull this fight off. I got this feeling. So I'm going with Aaron Almeida, split decision with the upset. Then in the main event, we got Jermall Charlo. He's facing Juan Montiel. Now, Juan Montiel, he's been around for a minute. Just came off probably one of his biggest wins of his career, beating James Kirkland. And we know James Kirkland has passed it. And there's no knock on James Kirkland, nothing like that. He's just passed it. You know what I'm saying? And he fought Hugo Centeno, who gave him a hell of a fight. Hugo Centeno gave him hell in that fight. And we know Jermall Charlo got Hugo Centeno out of there in 2 rounds. Now, I don't like to do that sometimes, compare fights and be like, oh, because you never know how fights are going to be. You could say, hey, this, I don't like sometimes using the triangle theory. Sometimes, yeah, but most of the time I try not to because I know every fight can be different. The thing about Juan Montiel, the man can punch. He's got power. So that's one thing about Jermall. Jermall do need to be intelligent in there. He don't just need to go and try to steamroll Juan Montiel. You know what I'm saying? Needs to fight intelligent. I mean, he fights smart anyway. Jermall's very patient. He's a very patient fighter. He takes his time. So I expect him to get Juan Montiel out of there within, I'm thinking 6-round knockout. I think he'll get a knockdown earlier on, and that'll just shock Montiel. Like, he'll feel the power of Jermall Charlo. And I just think about the 6-round knockout. I think Jermall will get him out of there within 6 rounds. Could be earlier. I just think Jermall's just levels above Juan Montiel. That's just all. Hopefully, after Jermall gets this win, hopefully he can fight one of the champions. Hopefully he can get Triple G in the ring. Hopefully him and Boo Boo can finally make the fight happen. That's a hell of a fight. I don't understand why it's not going to happen. Y'all both at 160. So y'all got to play ball. You know what I'm saying? And if Jermall wants to, fully put his stamp on in his 160-pound division, he got to go after the champions. And I don't understand, but I also understand it isn't always easy to get these fights because the belts for the middleweights, they're just spread it. Triple G's with Matchroom and on DAZN. Boo Boo Andrade is with Matchroom and DAZN. Rio Murata is with Top Rank. They show his fights in America on Top Rank. So, I understand that part because of promotional issue, promotional wars and that nonsense and that stuff and things of that nature and that nonsense. But yeah, but he's got to get something's got to give. So Jermall's just, after this fight, it has to be one of the champions. Gotta be one of the champions. Gotta be Triple G. Gotta be Boo Boo Andrade or Rio Murata. One of them. Because I feel like it's time, Maul. It's time to unify, big dog. It's time to unify. You know what I'm saying? Time to unify. So after this, get Montiel out of there. Let's focus on one of the champions. Get on the phone. Tell Al. Let's make the fight happen. Let's call Eddie. Let's get Triple G or Boo Boo. Either or. We can't get Triple G. Let's take Boo Boo. Both fights are pretty marketable. Pretty marketable fights. I think the fans will be into it. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my predictions for that card. Von Blues Boxing. I'm out.